Welcome to the Geopolitical Dispatch. This is Krishna Singh, and today we are going to speak to you about this fallout of relationship between India and USA and the USA tariff war around the world and USA, penalties and the tariff war with India, right? So it's a very important thing that's happening right now, and we need to understand that India and USA have been working together and building this relationship from the Bill Clinton administration, right? When we have signed this atomic civilian nuclear deal. Now it's all been almost been 30 years since we have been slowly and gradually taking this partnership to the strategic level in all dimensions, from the technology, military, industry collaboration, technology and space, AI, right? So we have been, working on almost every single dimension. So what happened and how this all, happening now? So let's understand, this Operation Sindhu that India have launched against Pakistan. Uh, Pakistan have went to USA, and USA actually have claimed that USA have brokered this peace, deal, this ceasefire, which was vehemently denied by the Indian politicians. And this was, kind of very thorny, kind of thing. India actually do not want to be very pushy on this. They have uh, been continuously stating that we have been talking and Pakistan have called us and that's how we have reached this decision. But Donald Trump have claimed this almost 35 times that he have brokered this peace deal. This actually did not go very well with Modi and the Indian politicians, not even with the Indian population. No one liked that because that does not happen, right? Even when the parliament session has started, the government have clearly mentioned that he, Modi, did not even spoken with the Trump or any global leader, right, for that matter. So now we can understand that Trump was lying all along, right? This was very, very important to understand. This is where it all started. Now, second important thing that we have to understand that Trump wanted to open the Indian sectors and Indian sensitive sectors such as dairy, agriculture, fisheries. These are some of the very, very protected sector in India. Now, I'm not saying that India should open it up, unnecessarily to the USA because like US agriculture is of very different level and Indians have very small land and they're very small scale businesses, right? So India is not going to bow down and going to make a deal, cut a deal, and give away these sectors to USA. It's not going to happen. USA knows this that it's not going to happen, but Trump is very bullish that if we push India very, very hard, if we penalize India, if we threaten India, right? If we just go very bullish and very negative about India, India may come down and give us what we want. But I think Trump have overplayed his hand and he is going to chicken out on this again. Now let's understand, after the 25% of the tariff that USA have imposed on India, right? Indian have been doing the negotiations. Indian have started negotiation. They were the earliest to start negotiation in the month of Feb, right? When the Modi have visited the USA, right? So it all have started. We India have gone in a good faith to cut a deal with USA because we see USA is our strategic partner. We have lot of the things we are looking for the future, right? We're heavily invested in the Indo-Pacific. We're heavily invested in the geopolitical dimension like Quad, right, etc. So we have been very open arm. We wanted to give access to our market, most of the market with zero tariff, but that was not enough. Now, when USA have seen that India is not bowing down, and so what he have done, he have escalated this. Now the second most important, and from last few weeks, we have seen that he have up his ante, his rhetoric on India, buying the Russian oil and supporting the Russia in the war against Ukraine. If you all guys have seen his post on the Truth Social, what kind of language he's using against India, like India is a dead economy, we do not do much of the business with India, which is not true. Like India is 10th largest kind of trading partner with US. It's very huge, 10th biggest, and we almost do 200 billions of dollar trade, right, in merchandise and IT included plus, right? So we understand this, right? It's very important relation. USA our biggest trading partner, right? So we understand and we value this relation, but Trump is totally going and bashing India. He's treating India very bad, and it actually have touched in a very bad way. Like Indians are very pissed off, very very kind of upset with USA. And now when government have seen that people and everyone is kind of very against what USA is doing with a country like India, which is a democratic country with the population of 1.5 4 billion, right? So it's a very huge population. We are fourth biggest economy now, right? So he's treating us like this every single day. Is doing this kind of thing and speaking negatively about the India. So it's not helping anymore, and maybe it's his tactics. But today we have come to understand that it's maybe more than that. uh, Trump is going all out against India because he's some of, we have to understand the personality of the Trump. Trump is a guy who does not listen and do not understand the geopolitics. He most probably do not even understand the business. He was a real estate guy. He know how to make the deal, sweeten things up. But he do not understand all these things, and he thinks that he can, power like Russia, China, and India. He can be bullish. He can be very negative. He speak anything, and he can get away with this. So this is the kind of impression Trump have, but I think it's totally miscalculated from their side. And BRICS, I think it's consolidating right now. We have seen, just yesterday, Brazilian President the Silva have even called Modi. They're actually regrouping. BRIC is regrouping. We have high, level delegation meeting with Russian president and the Ajit Doval happening yesterday. So all these things are unfolding, and actually Modi have made this clear, explicitly clear, that we are not going to do this deal. And he is very bullish that we are going to protect our farmers, dairy producers, all these people, okay, because these are very sensitive, and almost 40% population of India relies on these kind of businesses, right? And these are the small scale business guys. So India is not going to give too much to the USA, and I think that it's a biggest mistake by the U.S. administration, the neocons, right, who actually kind of giving very very different kind of views about the world to the Trump. And Trump is a kind of guy who do not act with his kind of country's interests. He is kind of doing this for the self interest. He have interest for his fame. He want to get awarded for all that. But see, this is not going to happen. I think coming back to the core sticking point is that this is not going to happen, right? I have read this sentiment in USA. I have read this sentiment in India very very closely from last 3 4 days. I have been working so hard to understand how and where it's going. And I think it's now very clear that India and USA is not gonna make this deal. At least we have to be ready as a country, because USA is going to be pushing very very hard on India. Maybe he's going to kind of encourage Pakistan also. The Asim Munir is invited second time in USA, so I think he's also going to play some dirty game with the help of Pakistan with India. Anything can happen. He's going to be open for all kind of measures, political sanctions, right? Rhetoric, using Pakistan, right? So it can happen. So we have to be very aware, and I am pretty sure, 100% sure, that the deal is not going to happen anytime soon. At least not this year. Even it will happen, even I am saying, because the understanding that I have got with the media, the US, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. The deal actually, is not happening. It's closed now, right? That's what the news is coming from the US. The Trump had said yesterday, right? So we have to be ready for anything, and I think this is the biggest test of the Narendra Modi. I think they have very great team. They are doing pretty amazing. But this will be very, very, very interesting to watch how Modi is doing this, how India is going to take its lead in this days and months, right, in the world, and how India, with this peculiar situation that we have put into, how we are going to rebalance our geopolitical interests. So next video will come soon, right, on this. I'm watching this very closely, and I'll be keeping you update on this. So please encourage me, just like and subscribe my channel. Leave the comment what you guys are thinking about this. Should we go ahead and do this deal? Should we stand our ground and see what's going to happen? Should we also, become closer to China, Russia, and Brazil to have a kind of united front? So, you guys can leave the comment, and, I will come back to you guys with my views, my research, and give you what's best, from the international and the local media. Thank you for staying tuned with me. Have a good one.